Hi, my name is Mary Ellen, and I have started a YouTube channel to help you manage to keep a routine for your daily meditations. I am a psychotherapist, been a psychotherapist for 32 years, and I find that my clients are always telling me that they can meditate when they listen to my voice in the office, but that when they get home, not so much. So I thought I'd try this to see if this would help. When you think of meditation, often you think about emptying your mind. I'm not going to ask you to empty your mind. I don't think you can. I know I can't. So I'm going to ask you to. The meditation that I do is a heart meditation, heart rhythm meditation. And that means that I am going to focus you on your heart, your posture, and your breathing. By focusing on your heart, your posture, and your breathing, you will not have an empty mind. Trust me, keeping track of all those things at the same time is really an effort. So let me start by asking you to sit forward in your chairs, as I will do. I'm going to turn a little bit sideways so that you can see me a little better. And I am going to show you the posture for this kind of meditation. It's very important that the posture be correct. When you're dealing with meditation, you're dealing with energy. You're dealing with life and light. And you want it to flow through your body in the right ways. So you don't want to have any places where it might get stopped. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to find a chair where you can sit so that when you're on the edge of the chair, your hips are just a little higher than your knees. It doesn't have to be a lot higher, but some. Because if your hips are lower than your knees, then you're going to get kinks and you're going to get cramps and you're going to get uncomfortable after a while. So the other thing I want you to do, this is going to sound funny, but there are muscles, this is a yoga kind of posture. There are muscles that go from the outside of the hips to the inside of the knees. And I want you to imagine and try contracting them. Now, you may or may not have that much control over those muscles, but if you imagine it, eventually you will. So contract those muscles, and as you do that, you'll see your fanny wants to kind of stick out. So let it do that a little bit, but then pull your belly button straight up. When you pull your belly button straight up, that should take care of the fanny, because this is kind of a balancing maneuver. And then I want you to curl over like this, and then take your shoulders and go up, back, and down. Okay, now, if we're doing this correctly, we should be seated very straight, but comfortably straight. And we should be balanced with the weight of our body over our hip bones. This is where we want the weight to sit. This is the place that's supposed to cradle the weight of our bodies. Obviously, our muscles hold the spine up straight, but the weight of the body can be cradled very easily in the hips. So experience that, because it's very important that you get this right. It may take some time for you, and you may have some real pain in your back right now while you're doing this. If you have pain in your back, I ask you to sit back in your chair and put a pillow behind the small of your back right here so that you are supported, because that's a very important thing too. If your muscles aren't quite ready to support you like this, if your core isn't quite strong enough yet, then you need to listen to your body. Very important to listen to your body. So that's one thing you can do. When I first started this meditation, I literally laid on the floor to do it with my feet pulled up so that my knees were bent. And that was the only way my back was comfortable. I was about to have back surgery when I started this meditation. But as you can see, my back is much stronger now, so I am totally able to sit like this for long periods of time. I'm not going to ask you to meditate for long periods of time. Most of us have tried meditation and thought, ooh, I can't empty my mind. These people want me to empty my mind. I can't do this. I can't sit still for more than 2 minutes at a time. Some people can't sit still for more than 30 seconds. I'm not, as I said earlier, asking you to empty your mind. You'll find that you will be able to sit still because you're going to be focusing on things. You're going to be focusing on your posture. You're going to be focusing on your heartbeat, and you're going to be focusing on your breath. And those are the important things. And you'll find it will keep you very occupied. So since you have your posture, now I would ask you to also become aware of your breath. Just let your breath flow in and out normally from your body, just comfortably. Notice how it feels going in and out. You might want to close your eyes now, because it's easier to focus on your breathing when you're not looking at anything. You cut out distractions when you close your eyes. So just notice your breathing. Do you stop your breath anywhere at any time in your breathing cycle? If you're going to do that, make sure it's only when you have your full breath inhaled, and don't do it after an exhale. We will work in this meditation to help you to breathe in and out without stopping, so that you don't stop at the bottom or the top of your breath. As you notice your breath, I ask you to deepen it a bit. You may hear an airplane going over once in a while. I live near an airport. I apologize for that. As you breathe deeply in and out, notice where your breath goes. I'm going to ask you to pull it all the way down to your belly. The way to do that is to let your belly muscles just go as you're breathing in. And keep breathing until you can't breathe anymore, and then pull your belly muscles in and let that air flow out. As you first do this breathing over time, you may find that your abdominal muscles get a little sore. Well, that's a good sign. It means you're making them stronger. Always good to make our core muscles stronger. So breathing in, your belly should go out as if you were filling up a balloon in your belly. Some people find this difficult, somehow counterintuitive. If you do, one way to help you with it is to lay down on the floor and put a book on your belly and push the book up when you breathe in, and watch the book go down when you breathe out. So the balloon gets bigger when you breathe in, inside your belly, and then the balloon inside your belly gets smaller when you breathe out. This is belly breathing. If you're a singer or an actor, you know about this. Cheerleaders, runners, most athletes, I think, probably know about belly breathing. When we breathe in our chest, we only get like a teacup of air, so you want to use your whole lung set. And your lungs are shaped like a pyramid with the largest part down. So you want to be sure you take advantage of all that space. So breathing very slowly in and out, not rushing this breathing at all. There's so many benefits to this kind of meditation. Physical benefits, mental benefits, psychological benefits, it's spiritual benefits. Most of the benefits have been documented. Now when you breathe, I want you to notice, if you can, your heartbeat. Sometimes it's a very difficult job to find your heartbeat. Take your right hand and place it on your heart, on your chest, and see if you can find that heartbeat by doing that. I couldn't find it there when I first started. Many people can't find it for a long time after they begin this, so don't feel discouraged if you're not feeling your heartbeat. The next step, if you're not feeling your heartbeat, is to take your left hand and put it on your wrist where the nurse would be taking your pulse. And then often you can feel it. I can feel it there easily. If you can't feel it there either, you can go up to your neck for your carotid artery, and you can try to find it in there. I actually find it easier to find on my wrist than I do in my carotid artery. I can feel it here. Okay, so if you aren't able to find a heartbeat anywhere, that doesn't mean you're dead. Promise, promise. All it means is that you may have low blood pressure, you may be one of those people who's always calm and serene, and if so, we all envy you. But don't worry about it. You can count, and counting is fine. When we do CPR, we're taught, or at least back in the day when I was taught CPR, we were taught to do 6 heartbeats in and 6 heartbeats out when we did one breath. So that's what we generally do in this. But I'm also going to give you permission to do 4 or 8 heartbeats. But if you're going to count 6 in and 6 out. Something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that as you're going in and out, you're doing this silently, and it gives you a rhythm. The best rhythm you can ever have is your heartbeat, because that's the rhythm that began when you were just 2 cells. So that's why we like to tune to our own heartbeat. It is our rhythm in life. It's amazing to think it's been beating like that ever since you were 2 cells. My mother didn't die till she was 98 years old. I can't even begin to imagine how many heartbeats she did. Just incredible. The heart is an incredible organ, and really the center of all. And that's why the name of my channel is The Radiant Heart Center. So if you can do just that little bit, and you can do that for 5 minutes or so, then you will have accomplished something amazing. You will actually have meditated. Not strictly meditation, but the first step in really becoming an accomplished meditator. And you will have started it by tuning to your own being. To living in your own rhythm. So breathing in and having that balloon inside fill up, and breathing out and having that balloon inside get rid of all the air. We have a residue of air in our lungs, and it's not clean. It's got all those gases in it that we don't need, and maybe even some old emotions and whatever in there. So breathe that out all the way. The best way to start a meditation is to breathe all of that out as deeply as you can, and then to let all the fresh, clean air come in. All the fresh energy. Air is energy. Air is life. Without air, we would not be here. So as you let that air in, You're saying, I want new life. I want my life to be different. I want to refresh. I want to rejuvenate. Slowly breathing in. Slowly breathing out. At your own pace. At your own rhythm. Just as intended for you. And there's another airplane. I apologize if you can hear it. I'll soon be moving and maybe we won't have to put up with the sounds of airplanes. I hope so. But those are the sounds of life around us, and we have to learn to tune them out. When they start to distract us, it's very important to move back into focusing on posture, heartbeat, and breath. Those three things should keep you very occupied for a while if you haven't meditated previously. It sounds deceptively simple. And it is simple, but it's one of those things like driving a car. You know, after you've been driving for several years, you don't have to think about it much. But when you first started, oh yeah, every little movement, every little thing, oh yes, I have to keep track of this and this and this. That's the way it is with this meditation. You have to keep track of three things: your posture, your breathing, and your heartbeat. And eventually that will become much easier. You can keep your hand on your chest, you can keep your hand on your wrist, you can keep your hand on your neck as you do this to help you keep that heartbeat. And there goes another plane, and I apologize. Try to go back to your heartbeat. Try to go back to your breath. If you're not hearing the airplane, that's fine. I'm distracting you with that, but that is good practice for you. It's very important for you to go back to the heartbeat, back to the breath, back to the posture. Those of us who've been doing this for a very long time always start our practice sessions with this. It is so critical because this is what helps the energy flow. This is what helps life flow in your rhythm. Very important for your life to flow in your rhythm, not in the rhythm of those around you, but in the rhythm of your own body, your own heart, your own center, because this is the center of your body. This heartbeat regulates all the rhythms in your body. Everything in your body is regulated by this heart. And I can tell you more about your heart next time. But I'm going to leave you today and let you practice this. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow, and we can go on and I can tell you a little more about your heart and how important it is. Thank you for listening and watching, and I hope you come back. I can't believe I've opened a YouTube channel. This is just a very strange thing for me to do at this age. I know nothing about it, but I know a lot about meditation, and I really want to share that. So now I'm going to turn it off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.